High heels may shine on the runway, but behind them often hides a life of high pressure, silent struggles, and untold sacrifices. The world of fashion models has always fascinated audiences in the USA and across the globe. People see the lights, the cameras, the luxury, and the red carpets. But what most fail to recognize is that behind every glamorous photo shoot and every breathtaking runway walk, there is a hidden story filled with struggles, insecurities, and unimaginable challenges. High heels symbolize elegance, but for fashion models, they can also represent the weight of expectations and the pressure to stay perfect. For many in the USA, modeling is often portrayed as the ultimate dream. Young people imagine that life as a model means traveling the world, wearing designer clothes, and being admired by millions. But the truth is more complicated. The fashion industry is not just about beauty, it is about discipline, resilience, and survival. Models face challenges that are often invisible to outsiders, including health risks, emotional strain, and the constant demand to meet impossible standards. This hidden side of modeling is rarely talked about, yet it is one of the most important conversations we should be having today. When someone in America looks at a glossy magazine cover or scrolls through social media feeds filled with stunning model photos, the first impression is perfection. What people don't see are the early mornings, the exhausting castings, the strict diets, and the painful shoes that models are forced to wear for hours on end. High heels might look glamorous in photographs, but standing or walking in them for long hours causes not only physical pain but also long-term damage to the body. Back pain, foot problems, and joint strain are common among fashion models, yet the industry rarely acknowledges these struggles because the image of beauty must be maintained. The USA fashion market is one of the biggest in the world, and American models are often under immense pressure to stay ahead. Agencies expect them to fit into sample sizes, maintain flawless skin, and project confidence at all times. But underneath the surface, many models deal with self-doubt and fear. They constantly worry about being replaced by someone younger, slimmer, or more photogenic. The sense of competition in the modeling world is relentless, and it often leads to mental health struggles such as anxiety, depression, and burnout. Another hidden truth about fashion modeling is how demanding the schedules are. A model's day is rarely easy. They may wake up before sunrise to prepare for a shoot, spend hours in hair and makeup, and then pose under hot lights for hours without a proper meal break. They may rush from one casting to another, waiting in long lines, sometimes being rejected multiple times in a single day. Rejection becomes part of the job, but it doesn't make it easier. In the USA, where diversity and inclusion are now growing in the fashion industry, many models still face discrimination based on body type, race, or background. The pressure to conform to narrow standards of beauty remains a heavy burden. For female models, the challenges often extend beyond professional life. The constant need to maintain a certain body shape leads to extreme diets, restrictive eating, and sometimes dangerous habits. Many models have openly spoken about how they were pressured to lose weight or stay within unrealistic measurements. These pressures can lead to eating disorders, which are more common in the modeling industry than in many other professions. The desire to look perfect in high heels and designer dresses comes at a cost that is often invisible to fans and audiences. Male models are not immune to these struggles either. While they may not face the same pressures regarding high heels, they too deal with unrealistic expectations. Male models are expected to maintain sculpted bodies, defined jawlines, and flawless skin. The hours spent in the gym, the strict diets, and the constant scrutiny take a toll on their mental and physical health. In both cases, the glamour hides a deeper reality of exhaustion, insecurity, and pressure. One of the biggest challenges in the USA modeling industry is social media. Models today are not only judged by agencies and designers but also by millions of people online. A single unflattering picture can invite harsh criticism, and the constant need to maintain a perfect image online creates even more pressure. Social media has blurred the line between professional and personal life. Models feel they must always look their best, even outside of work, because every moment can be captured, shared, and judged. The pressure of this 24/7 spotlight is something that very few outside the industry can truly understand. Despite these struggles, many models continue to push through because modeling also brings unique opportunities. It offers travel, exposure to new cultures, and the chance to work with some of the world's most creative designers and photographers. For some, it is a stepping stone to other careers in entertainment, business, or fashion entrepreneurship. But even with these benefits, the price of modeling is often higher than what people imagine. The hidden sacrifices, from physical pain to mental stress, remain a part of the story that the public rarely sees. It's also important to acknowledge that not all experiences in modeling are negative. Many agencies in the USA are now becoming more aware of the importance of mental health, inclusivity, and safety. There are conversations about creating healthier environments for models, offering better support, and breaking away from impossible standards of perfection. Still, the pace of change is slow, and many models continue to suffer in silence. When we look at high heels, we see elegance and sophistication. But when models look at them, they may also see the pain of long hours, the struggle to smile through discomfort, and the reminder that their image must always come before their personal comfort. The phrase high heels, high pressure perfectly sums up the hidden life of fashion models. It's a life that demands strength, resilience, and sacrifice, qualities that often go unnoticed because the spotlight only focuses on beauty. The next time you see a model on the runway or on the cover of a magazine in the USA, take a moment to think about the story behind the image. Remember that the glamour is just the surface. Beneath it lies a human being with emotions, struggles, and dreams, just like anyone else. Fashion may demand perfection, but models are not perfect. They are people navigating a world that is both exciting and exhausting. For anyone in the USA dreaming of becoming a model, it is important to understand the reality behind the fantasy. Success in modeling requires more than good looks. It requires resilience, discipline, and the ability to handle pressure. It also requires a strong sense of self-worth to avoid losing yourself in an industry that often values appearance more than humanity. The hidden life of models is a reminder that beauty is not always easy. High heels may represent glamour, but they also symbolize the weight of expectations. Behind every stunning runway walk and glossy campaign is a story of endurance and strength. As audiences, we should not only admire the outer beauty of models but also respect the struggles they go through. If you are someone in the USA who dreams of entering the fashion world, remember to prepare yourself not only for the spotlight but also for the shadows. Educate yourself, take care of your health, and surround yourself with supportive people. Beauty may open doors, but strength is what will keep you standing in high heels under high pressure. Fashion will always value glamour, but as readers, we can value honesty. The secret struggles of models remind us that what we see is not always the full truth. By understanding and acknowledging these realities, we can appreciate the industry with deeper awareness and compassion. At the end of the day, high heels may add height, but real strength comes from within. If you believe beauty should never come at the cost of health, dignity, or happiness, then share this message and be part of the change that values humanity as much as glamour.